Sam, are you gonna be in it?
Sammy, please.
Be in it? Yeah.
To like the perfect demographic though.
No. There's no point in you sitting by the side because you're gonna keep talking and we're just gonna keep talking to you.
Fine, I'll sit there.
You'll sit behind the camera.
Yeah.
You gotta get on the other side of me though because I'm in the same star of the show.
Yeah, but I want to be on the right hand side because I've got more spots on my right.
Someone's gonna be sat in the background, like with like that, like I'm the hacker, I'm the number 3. What are we doing? We're reviewing The Last Jedi.
You can barely tell if you look
started recording.
attractive.
Yeah, of course I started recording.
When did you start recording?
Jokes, like only halfway through.
Okay.
We were being hilarious. These make good
You're
outtakes.
a hilarious joke.
I'm a
Yes.
hilarious joke. I agree with that.
Okay.
Basically the plot of this video is we're gonna review The Last Jedi. Introduce yourself.
So, I am Adam, I am 15 years old, and I am your traffic on the Vetus.
What's your name?
Okay, we should have planned this out.
I am
We should we write a list of things
and I
to
am
talk
a cringy
about?
teenager, and I am with the devil. I am kind of
You know you can't actually see the stormtroopers in the shot. You can just
I
see the
know.
bottom half. Should we move a poster?
Just-
Topic number 1. Luke and Ray. Should we start with that?
yeah, Yoda and Luke. So.
Yoda and Luke. That's where you want to start.
No, it was Luke, Ray, and Yoda, and then Yoda.
Yeah, Yoda shows up like really near the end. Yeah, he shows up when Luke's like, Luke's about to do like a burning down the Jedi Temple, which is like thematically, Yoda showing up at that point didn't really make sense of what they're trying to do because finally Luke decides to take action, whereas he's just been being passive the whole film by just running away and everything. But then Yoda shows up and does it for him.
And can Force Ghosts do that?
Can Force Ghosts do that? Good question.
Can't Force Ghosts just do whatever they want?
That seems to be the major like plot development in this film is that Force Ghosts can do absolutely whatever they want.
How are they even ghosts? Isn't it like a higher state of being at this point?
Is it?
Is it like enlightenment? Like they reach enlightenment now? Like
It's like
building.
you know.
But I liked how Yoda looked though.
Yeah, because he didn't look too CGI like in the
like the
prequels, and he didn't look
totally.
rubber like he was in the original.
Maybe that was just
Yeah.
because he was a hologram though, and he was just a.
Maybe.
They were just trying to like stay out the uncanny valley by making.
So why are we talking about a 3-minute cameo of Yoda?
I don't know.
Because it was just the Yoda scene, and bringing Yoda in was basically just like, yeah, we're redoing it.
Yeah,
just
bringing
deal with
Rhoda
it.
in was kind of emblematic of the whole like. I think the third act of this movie, everything became so random. I think bringing Yoda in was like the first sign that it's just going to go ape shit near the end.
At times in the third act, it kind of felt like the whole trilogy could just end because just everything.
Yeah,
was
everything was getting worse and worse and worse and worse, and like we know it's going to have to be redeemed somehow.
Yeah.
But like Rey's main redemption moment is just to pick up some rocks in the end. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose it was like the whole Kylo and Rey thing, and it was her redemption was saying, no, I'm not going to go with you.
Yeah.
But then she just picked up some rocks. That was
picked
the
up
end of her
some
story arc.
Did you think? This is like a really like specific thing that annoyed me. That Rey said that she was alluding to the scene at the start where she said, Jedi mastering isn't just floating rocks. Because like, I feel like we would have gotten that if she hadn't said it. Do you know what I mean? It felt like it was just like hitting the nail on the head too perfectly.
Okay, we need to talk about Leia. And
Leia.
what happened
Oh yeah, you were really pissed off by that.
to her. Well, so essentially, if you haven't seen it yet, spoiler alert, Leia's sort of the part of her ship.
You like held me to see if I was okay because I actually went, oh! And I was like, it was only like 15 minutes in, so I was so upset because when Carrie Fisher died, she died around this time last year, I actually started crying. Like, I love Carrie Fisher, she's such a role model to me. So like, we kind of thought logically she's probably gonna get killed off in this one. And so that scene of like her actually just being fucking obliterated, like after we've had this whole like emotional tense thing with her and Kyle, she could have actually just been fucking blown up, actually upset me so much. And I was like on the verge of tears, like, oh my god, they can't actually just do that to her. And then...
So yeah, and by the way guys, Admiral Akbar died. I'm sorry
The
everyone.
racist stereotype
I'm
that Sammy
sorry.
thinks is really funny.
So, like, it looked like Leia was blown up, and then she went into space, started
Yeah.
drifting out, and then suddenly she starts moving, her eyes open, and she superheroes her way
Yeah,
back.
she suddenly
Yeah.
uses the Force, but it never really gets spoken of again except for when like she can feel Luke. I assume they're going to explain in the next one because have you heard behind the scenes stuff?
No.
No.
Basically, they said that the first one of the new trilogy was focused on Han, and the second one was going to be focused on Luke, and so the third one was going to be focused on Leia, but Carrie Fisher died. So maybe if they had done that, Leia was actually going to ascend to become like a really powerful Jedi, and that would be like the turning point of her discovering her powers. But because that's not going to happen, it seemed a bit ridiculous.
Are we gonna have like her CGI in the next one?
I know
Yeah,
what I was.
fine,
Yeah, what I was thinking is that after they put her in a coma, I thought that'd be the end of her role in the film, and then we would maybe see her wake up at the end of the third one, and it'd be a CGI.
Rogue One, they had a couple of people in CGI. They had Carrie Fisher at the end of CGI,
Yeah.
which was really bad.
Yeah.
Then they had I forget his name, the general all the way through.
Yeah.
CGI, which
He
was
was
quite good.
He was all right. But like some scenes were like worse than others. Some people
Yeah.
completely hated it. Somebody said, I can't remember who it was. It might have been What Culture. They said they liked the scene where you see his reflection on the window of the Death Star.
Yeah.
When what's the Australian guy called? The Australian guy. You know who I'm talking about. When he like walks up behind them, but instead he like turns around and you see him being slightly plasticky. Like it's sort of like his cheekbones just don't move very often. But I think that works with... Is it Peter Cushing? Peter Cushing's face. Because he's got quite a plastic face.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to do it, I don't think they'd do it for the whole thing. It would just be for a cameo.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought. They could do like, you know, at the end of Sarah Jane Adventures, where they take stock footage and like her voiceover, and they do like a little compilation, like something like that, or like a bit of stock footage or like a deleted scene from like one of the earlier films.
If you don't know what the Sarah Jane Adventures is, it's this little spin-off from Doctor Who that we really liked.
You gotta watch the Sarah Jane.
And if you don't know what
the
Doctor Who
Sarah
is,
we're doing it like Dan and Claudia, where they just reference random things like every so often. Like I think one person will maybe figure out every reference.
Yeah.
Do you remember that bit in one of their reviews where they just started talking about Neris?
wait, are we
You got
reviewing a different
Yeah,
channel
we're reviewing
now?
a different review channel now. That scene,
Yeah.
though, like even though it was ridiculous,
Which scene?
that scene with Leia, that
Okay.
scene where Leia, like you see her face in space was amazing, but also like terrifying. That was how she died. That was the last time we saw Carrie Fisher, and they actually made us like watch the breath coming out of her like face. I would have been so angry. I would have been so upset.
Wait, shouldn't her head explode if she went into space?
Oh yeah. It's bullshit. She should have exploded,
Okay,
but she didn't because she has the Force and all that.
cool. God, I can imagine Star Wars and every time someone died, their head exploded, and you just saw every single head explosion.
I feel like that's something that you would like. Nobody
It
else would
would,
like. Nobody
yeah.
else would like to see like.
The one person, I think you'd like it too. And
Nobody
we should
else-
make a fan club.
Nobody else would like it if every time somebody died in Star Wars, it was who's the guy in Game of Thrones. I showed Adam the clip of Oberyn dying when he was like, well, how?
I was like 10 or something.
Yeah, you
You're
were like 10,
bad,
and he got like he
Subway.
was so freaked out, and I was freaked out. That's why I showed it to him.
No, I
So you
wasn't.
get it.
I wasn't 10. I was about 13.
Yeah,
but
you were a
still.
bit older. And you just like,
Yeah.
which was my exact reaction when I watched it the first time.
Did Luke die?
Yeah, Luke.
So Luke's
Yeah.
dead.
Luke's dead.
Okay. I was actually really surprised by Mark Hamill's performance in there.
Yeah, he was really good. I think that like in the original series, I don't know if it's unfair to say, I think he's the weakest actor out of the trio. Is that unfair to say?
Yeah, it's true to say.
I'm not sure. I think Harrison Ford's definitely the strongest for me out of the trio.
I think Leia's really good though.
I don't think Leia's particularly better than Mark Hamill though.
God, when you
At
think
least
back to
for
the
me.
first film, when you remember that Leia and Luke used to have a thing.
Stop it. The Leia thing is that Carrie Fisher thought in the first scene in which she turned up that she was doing an English accent, which, no. General Tarkin, I
have placed files crucial to the survival of the rebellion onto this
help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. But when that scene got replayed, the only thing I think of is Carrie Fisher's tweet, which was, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. And so I just like started laughing. Oh my god, there's this guy in the cinema was sat like, we were sat in the front and he was sat like over in the corner over there, and he literally just like, ha 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 ha, and like, what was the joke?
Yeah.
No
I
idea.
It
feel like
wasn't
there's-
even a joke, it was like somebody dying.
It's always that middle-aged man.
Yeah, it's
when there's a
always-
slightly funny joke, they go like, oh.
Speaking of middle-aged men,
It's like a, oh, I remember that from before joke. Like,
Yeah.
I remember that from my youth, back in the 70s.
remember, speaking of middle-aged men, Dad fell asleep.
Yeah.
Dad was asleep, and Dad he has this burglar hat. And he had his burglar hat on and his 3D glasses on, and so he looked so weird because he just sat there like this, like, and I kept like prodding him, and he'd be like,
Yeah, that was me in Blade Runner. It was
Blade
just
Runner was
so
terrible.
boring.
Blade Runner 2059. What about Kyle? Because he's a pretty good part of this
yeah,
film.
okay.
Fucking hate Kyle. How do you feel about Kyle?
I disagree.
I don't fucking hate Kyle, but what do I think of Kyle? Well, I actually did think he was going to come to the good side.
Yeah, everyone pitched that.
Yeah,
like, Ray was going to go to the dark side and Kyle was going to go to the good side.
And I think that would have been a better development than what happened in the end.
Yeah, there
where he just
wasn't a
kinda went
development
nuts
other than like
and just-
moving rocks.
I didn't want Ray to go to the bad side because I like the
Yeah.
fact that in this series we like technically have like a female hero. I felt like this whole movie they were really pushing Ray and Kyle as a couple. And in the first one, loads of people like left the cinema and were like, Ray and Kyle, OTP. And I was like, why? He like fucking mind tortures her. Why would you ship that?
I think I like Kyle. He's very like dark and very weird.
I think he's really ugly.
He's Sam.
He is very ugly. Yeah.
He's so ugly.
He
And
is
also,
my
can
type,
we
yeah.
just talk about the scene where he's shirtless briefly? Like, no other scene in which like the guy that you're supposed to find attractive is shirtless. Have they had like a mid-length trouser that means that you like miss out like whether they have abs or not? So we basically just saw his tits.
His pecs are quite large. They look very weird.
I
He's
saw
like just really weirdly proportioned as well.
like a Tommen kind of like, oh, I'm so scared of this. I don't really know what to do, so I'm gonna go kill everyone.
Tom from Game of Thrones, by the way.
Because he's obviously
Everyone knows we're talking about Common from Game of Thrones.
he's been abused by like his parents and stuff in a way, and he's also been abused.
by his parents?
Mark Hamill tried to like.
Mark Hamill's not his dad. Mark Hamill's his uncle.
But, like Luke came up to him and just like tried to kill him in
tried
his
to
sleep.
kill him.
Like,
I would try to kill him.
I didn't get that. That just seemed horrible.
Yeah, that was the point though. That's supposed to like. That's why Ray decides to go to Kyle. But to be fair, I thought that wasn't a good enough reason for her to go and try and find him. Because like he still murdered a fuck ton of people. He killed Han Solo. He started like he's made the Nazis even worse than the Nazis. He's like Donald Trump with a brain in a way.
Yeah.
And then Ray sees this one piece of information that could change her mind. And she's like, no, I've got to save him. I gotta save him! And like, why was he shirtless? It just wasn't sexy. Like...
Wait, so who do we think Ray's parents are?
Oh, they're nobody. It got explained. I still think it's Jill and Cassie.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. I think that's just what Kyle... Anyway, I think Kyle's lying. I don't think that will happen in Star Wars. I don't think there's any kind of logic that, you know, ancestry and DNA doesn't get you anywhere. That's crap.
I'm gonna cut that out.
Cut out the cold.
We need to talk about Rose.
Yeah, I really liked Rose.
Rose and Finn's relationship.
The whole film, they were establishing a body cop relationship between two of them, where like there was no romantic elements, and it was actually like I felt like she was quite a genderless character. I felt like she could have been played by a male actor, but they decided not to choose a male actor, which I thought was really good, and I liked that about her.
Yeah.
And then at the end they kiss.
Yeah, it was a bit weird, and then
It felt really out of left field.
and then this one started
He goes,
clapping,
yes.
and then everyone in the
Because she's
everyone in
the
cinema
best character. Why was this the best?
I really like Rose as well. I just don't like Rose and Finn.
Yeah. That's
And then so he starts clapping, and everyone in the cinema just turns around at him like, what the actual fuck?
Doesn't they have like a sort of like...
You started clapping
I
and I
felt like-
actually like said, wait, what?
It felt like Finn had that like buddy cop relationship with what's his face, the one Mum can't remember the name.
Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
Poe.
That's the one.
Poe.
He was my favourite in this film. You know everyone on the internet ships Finn and Poe?
Really? But I could believe that Poe would be bisexual, but I don't think Finn would be.
I think Poe's bisexual.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because he like, there's that scene in the first one in which Poe like, Finn's like walking up to him and he like sees him in a jacket and he bites his lip, and that's been gifted so many times.
Actually, now that I think about it, their relationship is a bit bisexual. So
I think it's
I ship
bisexual,
it.
but I wouldn't mind it if you got together with Billy Lord. I really liked Billy Lord in this film. They were like best mates.
Yeah. I was really disappointed that we didn't get to see more of Captain Phasma,
Yeah.
Gwendolyn Christie, because like that was a big issue with The Force Awakens.
Yeah, she
only had like 90
Yeah.
seconds.
and also
screen
she
time or something
got
like that.
she got so much press release and she's on the tour and everything.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, and she's not barely even in it.
And I love Gwendolyn Christie. And I
Yeah,
just
everyone
was
loves
really
Gwendolyn Christie, she's
disappointed.
great.
anyway, should we move on to another topic? Catherine, what's the topic?
Oh, I'm just gonna say like this is just like one line that's not a topic, but I would like it if we knew Billy Lord's name as her character.
Does she have a name?
Yeah, exactly.
Is she one of the numbers?
She is like the only character out of people that are on the bridge, so they're clearly important that like is helping Poe, right? So it's actually quite an important role to play. And I feel like unless you're an audience member that knows that she's Billy Lord, you're not gonna like feel like you're not gonna know who she is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we should give her a name.
Yeah.
That's the end of that topic. Next topic.
Should we talk about our expectations for the next film?
What?
Okay.
What?
Do we know the name yet of the film? We don't, do we?
No.
No.
They're probably going to release it and like need to go viral.
Yeah, expectations.
Star Wars.
We know it was supposed to
teenager.
focus around Leia, so maybe that means that it'll be more focused around her relationship with Ben / Kyle.
Do you think there's going to be a love triangle?
Yeah, I thought they were establishing in this film a Kyle, Finn, Rey love triangle. But I don't think they were now I watch it.
Finn and Rey didn't speak to each other.
Yeah, they had like that one hug.
As far as that was the first time they'd seen each other
Yeah.
since Force Awakens.
Yeah.
I think there's a weird shape between. It's not a triangle, but it's like.
the arrow.
And their relationship was one of the best things about Force Awakens.
Yeah, they have loads of chemistry.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's like Rey likes both Ben and Finn.
Yeah,
and
I
then
feel like
also
she might be like
Finn
attracted
likes
to Ben.
Rose, and then also kind of thing.
Yeah,
And
he
then there's
he definitely
also
fancied
Poe,
Rey in the first
who
one.
likes Finn, kind of maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I still
It'll
think
end up
that.
being like a sort of like Glee situation where it's more like a parallelogram.
Yeah.
To be honest, though, like actually the relationships are centered are like not that important, but like everyone on the internet cares so much about them.
I think actually my favourite part of this film were like the failed attempts to take over the rebellion and just like the fact that it like everything like goes to shit when they're like being chased and like so it's so slow. But
Oh,
it's so
let's talk
great.
about Laura Dern, the purple-haired character.
Oh.
Did you think she was good?
Well, she really annoyed me at the beginning. I mean,
Yeah, she really
was
annoyed
meant to
everyone. I was
annoy you,
like-
but still.
Did anyone
she was
anyone
right.
else low-key ship her with Leia when they were saying goodbye to each other? I
Yeah,
did.
and they were like, "Oh, I like him. He's feisty."
Yeah, initially I thought it was going to be like, you know that scene at the end of Stranger Things where like the mum flirts with Billy? I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be like that. I was kind of just like, okay, no. But then like that scene where she says goodbye to Leia, I was like, okay, no, instead it's actually these two.
I was really looking forward to a really badass lightsaber fight.
Yeah.
Like Obi-Wan versus Anakin or something like that. And then we just didn't get it, which we haven't had a single good lightsaber battle.
That's
yeah,
not
we had
true.
like
We had
several.
the-
We had several, so we didn't have like that big climactic
Yeah,
lightsaber
it's
battle.
not like as good as the Anakin, Obi-Wan or
I
Darth
think we
Maul.
said this earlier on that we felt when we left the cinema. The first two acts were pretty good. When the third one, like they kept doing like, is this the end? Is this the end? Is this the end? So they had like three different really like big
Yeah.
climaxes, and it felt like in terms of plotting all over the place in a way. Do you know what I mean? Like it sort of went
Yeah.
and so by the end you're sort of just like, is that the end? So like the actual end actually almost feels a bit crap in a way. It's just you see that kid
Yeah.
in the ring. Like you get the point, but you're also kind of just like, oh alright then.
It's a bit like the ending to a Lego movie or something. Like it's
I think
just
the
a
end-
bit anticlimactic.
Yeah, I think the ending should have been when Luke disappears.
Leave it open to the imagination of it.
Yeah. That would have been better. Should we? Oh, we were talking about the next film, then we went on another tangent.
Okay, let's talk about the next film, but like actually do it this time.
I really hope Kyle and Rey don't get together. I feel like they did keep on saying that like Finn has a crush on Rey in the first film.
Yeah, of course.
Like I felt like we all thought that because he's like, do you have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
In this film, he like wakes up and he goes, Rey, I've got to find Rey. And like the whole film, he's trying to find Rey until the end where like Rose randomly kisses him, and then like they get reunited, and there's like she keeps saying, tell Finn, tell Finn, tell Finn, and there's that scene where she says to Chewbacca, tell Finn, and you don't know what she says. So I think they're trying to get us to be like, oh, did she say I love you like in the end of Doomsday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like. Obviously, we don't think she did, but I think they were trying to push it like insipidly.
I don't want Kyle to die. I think that will be too much of a
In the next
proper
film.
ending. I want him to somehow survive and to have like a very anticlimactic ending.
He
I
could
don't
have,
know if I
like,
want.
he could have
probably.
like a bittersweet redemption, like you know in you remember the Zygon invasion, the Zygon inversion?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know when Zygella survives and becomes like another Osgood, something like that.
You know, we haven't even mentioned Snoke yet.
We haven't
And he
mentioned
was,
Snow.
Billed as the big villain of it.
Yeah,
It
he's
didn't-
supposed to
didn't
be
actually
the
last that
Emperor,
long.
the Emperor 2.0, and
Yeah.
then Kyle just kills him. He just chops him in half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That death scene was actually.
Is
really
Hux
good.
dead?
No.
Hux.
Hux is still around.
Well, he started like force choking him.
Yeah,
and
what
then
is
he
the
was
point of Hux? It's like, is he just like an
he's
actual
just like
villain?
a battle commander.
Yeah, is he like an actual like bad guy, like a proper Nazi?
Yeah, I think he's supposed to be like Darth Vader and like Kylo Ren is supposed to be Hitler, and he's like Himmler. He's the guy who like gets
he's
dirty
like
and does
really
stuff.
methodical and like really like just ruthless. So yeah, Huck's in this film. I feel like they did the makeup slightly differently in this film, or like maybe because he didn't have the hat
I
on,
like
he
his
looked
eyeliner.
twice as creepy. Yeah.
Yeah.
They like really like contoured his cheek. He's kind of pasty. I'm not. Can he hear me? Am I on hold? Like that. That joke initially, I was like, is the whole humour going to be like this? But it wasn't.
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh yeah, that was alright.
It's a good way to
From
start.
Poe, I think it was alright. If that was through the entire
I feel
film,
like the reason I
everyone-
enjoyed Poe in this film, you said he's just Han Solo. Lots of people said that about him in the first one. But I feel like in this film we saw how different he is from Han Solo. Because I don't think Han Solo would care that much. Han Solo wouldn't like rebel in the rebellion. I really liked how this whole film was almost him becoming much less cocky. Though Mum said he doesn't have a backstory. We don't know anything about him.
Yeah, it was a bit
She
like.
hasn't read the novelization clearly.
I'm sorry, I was so confused. It was a bit like, oh, he's less cocky now. Wait, but Finn's cocky.
Yeah.
Wait, but now Rose has saved her. But wait, now they're kissing.
That kiss was just so unnecessary and we're really not happy with
It
it.
was confused. Like the buddy cop saving. That was
but,
great.
like, honestly,
No
when she-
kiss needed.
Yeah, exactly. When she said, we don't do it to kill people, we do it for the people we love, she's talking about her sister, right? Surely.
Yeah.
And then she kisses Finn. She met Finn about 3 hours ago!
Have you never been tempted to do that with someone?
Oh, I have kissed people that I only met 3 hours ago, but usually I regret it.
What-
And
what?
usually I never see them again. I'm not going to be stuck on a fucking base with them for how many more, months.
What I think maybe would have been better is Rose was injured and Finn felt so bad, so he has to. There's like a bit where he has to try and redeem himself and try and save her. I think, and just without the kiss, that would be a better like.
Honestly,
story
just
arc
like
for their
that scene
characters.
where she saves him and then she's like, we do it to people we love. Like we know she's talking about her sister, not him. It's like she's not in love with him. They just met. In a way, I almost felt that kiss was to deter people that ship him with Poe.
Yeah,
Maybe it could have been similar. Rose's could have been similar to her sister's story arc where she like blew up the thing to.
Yeah, that would have been good.
And then Finn was like, "No, that's not going to happen. I'm going to
Yeah.
save you."
Just hope the next one's good.
I did like their like
That's
anti-capitalism thing on that like casino.
Oh
place.
yeah, well they all sell weapons to everybody and weapons. I thought that they were building up an interesting narrative because that whole subplot was like a little bit like we kind of just need something to do with Finn in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they hint at when Benicio del Toro was like, they sell weapons to everybody, what's the point? You're just going to keep killing each other and keep killing each other. And then you kind of see, what did you say? You said earlier something really clever. Poe is rebelling against the rebellion. It's sort of they're sort of talking about how it's an endless cycle. Kyle is like, we've got to break this all up, but he thinks they do that by killing everybody, which is obviously the wrong way to do it. So is that going to be the finale, that everything sort of just disintegrates, the system they have currently? So it's not going to be another republic or anything.
It's a bit like in the end of the Hunger Games, like it's rebellion. You know when then there's rebellion, then they're like, oh, we want the Hunger Games again, and then I think it's going to be like it might be a bit of a criticism that like evil dictatorships are terrible and they should be stopped, but rebellion is not the answer because it's only like temporary and it's going to.
I think it's more like it's not rebellion is not the answer. It's more like violence against violence will beget more violence.
Yeah.
So we need to think of like a peaceful solution. And maybe that's going to come from Ray and Kyle.
Maybe they'll just like sort it out by like shaking hands. Or something.
They'll do their like forced like touchy feely.
Yeah.
Well, they already tried that. He stuck his hand out.
Yeah, I know, but they'll do it like
Yeah.
when they've done more character arcing.
Yeah.
That's a technical term, character arcing.
Yeah.
It is.
Comes from a new Russell Group English Lit student. Let's do our overall grading
Goodbye.
review. Okay, bye Sammy. What's your overall grading review?
7.5 out of 10. That's what I'm gonna give it.
I think I'll give it an 8. Sammy?
I think it was like a 4 maybe.
A 4 out of
4.
10.
He's a prick.
He is a prick. That's true. That's the end. Are
Just
you going to
turn
turn
this
off the
off now.
camera?
I'll do
Turn
it.
off the camera. Goodbye! Don't know
Can I turn it off?
how to turn off the camera. It's a big red button, you fucking idiot!
Okay.